Just to let you know, I have a hard out at 3:30.
Ugh. Thanks, Linus.
Is that he doesn't say that, does he?
No, he's not American. He's Canadian.
That wasn't American either.
What
That
the
was
heck?
Southern.
That
That was
accent?
pretty terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Whatever it was.
Hey, welcome to the Exploring Podcast. My name is Koren Young, and I'm joined here by two very close friends of mine. This is an impromptu podcast, by the way. We just decided to step in here and record. These are my friends starting closest to me. This is Koren Beale from Sydney, Australia.
Hi.
G'day. Right?
That's my line.
Oh, you were gonna say it?
Yeah.
And Kieran Vella, her husband, and also from Sydney, right?
G'day.
G'day. So we've known each other now almost 20 years, by the way. We've
Really?
we met, yeah.
I was trying to think the other day about how long it was because it's been a while. We've been married 15 years. We met 2008, which is the first time I met you face to face.
Yeah.
So that's 15 years. And then 20 years. That's crazy.
Well, that's at 19
Back in the MySpace.
I'm thinking
days.
MySpace, like 2004.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember
that's
how
great.
we met on MySpace?
Yeah. Sort of. I think you messaged me.
I did.
Were you like contacting all the Korens or something?
I wouldn't say all, but yeah, I was doing kind
Most.
of what I guess call now an ego search, where it's like if your name is Jason or Jeff, you meet a ton of Jasons and Jeffs, right?
Sorry
So-
to any Jasons and Jeffs.
No, that's great. You guys are lucky. You guys have
It's
each
true.
other. But growing up with the name Koren, I never had anybody who shared my name,
Oh yeah.
and so
Or even understood the name.
So on MySpace, I just typed in Koren, and I found a whole list of people that had my first name, and I reached out.
Wow.
And so I ended up staying in contact for a while, at least then, with like maybe 20.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, they all kind of like fell off the, I
Wow.
didn't stay in touch with them.
Wow.
But-
I don't feel so special anymore.
No, but we're the ones that actually like stayed tight.
Yeah, true. That's true. And the Koren in Canada.
Yeah, in Newfoundland. Well, actually, she reached out to me
Oh.
on Facebook years later.
Wow. Okay.
So,
and
yeah.
then I've got a friend who's a Koren in Brisbane,
What?
Australia.
Wait.
Yeah. So technically, because remember, because we're married, technically I'm Koren Vella.
Yeah.
Right.
You changed your name legally?
No.
So what, technically?
Well, technically I'm meant to be Koren Vella.
Okay.
Okay. So on Facebook it's Koren Beale, but then in brackets Vella.
Uh-huh.
And she's Koren Vella as well. And so I was like, well, I need to speak to her. Like, obviously we have to be friends, And so weirdly she was like, oh my gosh, and actually added me instead of thinking that it was some spammer or, whatever. And
I can't explain how jealous I feel that you're talking to another Koren, by the way.
how do you think I feel finding out you've got 20 other friends? Mate, that makes me feel terrible. Oh,
So, Kieran, you actually know other Kierans, like in person, I'm sure, right?
Not really, no. I mean, I used to play soccer with a Kieran McKinnon many years ago, but we don't really keep in touch. And
was it
beyond
spelt
that-
wrong?
Yes, his name was spelt wrong. No one
Yeah.
spells their name like I spell mine.
Really? Wait.
Which is supposedly the correct way.
I didn't know that there were different spellings.
Oh, there's Kekei, Keiar, all different, many variations on the spelling, depending if you're a girl or a boy as well. Starting with a C sometimes, which really messes people up instead of a K.
Oh, that's awful.
That's terrible. But no, I'm not really close with any other Kierans that I can think of right now.
I was excited to find the other Kieran Vella on Instagram. I know that you and him are friends.
Yes, there was that incident where there is a Kieran Vella in Malta. My birthplace, my birth heritage is Maltese, and I found out one day doing the ego search that there's a Kieran Vella in Malta, and so I reached out to him, but he never really got back to me.
Oh,
but that's why my Instagram handle is the real Kieran Vella.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
To make sure people don't accept the imposters.
correct.
Well,
yeah.
because all of our friends were adding him to Instagram, but it wasn't him. It was the other guy.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. That's why I thought you were on Instagram long before you actually were.
Hmm.
I'm like, hey, how come Kieran's not responding to me?
Wrong guy.
So you guys are actually going to Malta? Like
I should chase him up. I had considered it, but
hit him up for sure. How cool would
Why
that
not?
be?
What's the worst he can say? No.
That's true.
He wouldn't dare.
Well, you never know.
Oh my goodness.
They'll be like, "Hey, yeah, remember me? I messaged you like 7 years ago, and we said 4 words, but now we're coming to Malta. Let's meet up."
I was flattered after we had been speaking for almost 4 years that you invited me to your wedding in 2008, and I didn't make it out there. But shortly afterwards, right after you guys got married, you guys came out here.
Yeah, that was
in 2008. That was our first face-to-face meeting.
Yeah, I remember it was at some stupid time of the night. Oh, I suppose it's Vegas, so there is no night. But it was like 1 a.m. or something, 2 a.m. or something.
I don't remember meeting you in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that.
That
At
really
the Luxor,
cuts.
we started off.
No, it was at the Excalibur.
That's right, at the
That's right next
Excalibur.
door.
Yeah.
And but we were at the KFC.
Yeah, and we were sitting there, and then
You guys flew all around the world to eat at KFC.
Why not?
Why not? I mean, yeah. In that tour, we actually ate at all the McDonald's that we went past as well. So it was a thing at the time.
We have a global Big Mac rating.
Correct.
And
Yeah. So that was our first world tour in 2008. We used it as a sort of honeymoon type thing.
And when you say world tour, like this was like with a choir group, right?
With the choir, there were 65 of us in the choir, parents and kids. It was a youth choir. And so we went to Hong Kong first and then travelled through Europe and then went from JFK down through Alabama and up to
flying?
San Fran.
Or
drove with a bus.
You drove across the country?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, some of it.
Yeah, we drove up and down each coast. But
Yeah.
Across the country.
Across is a bit of a,
Yeah, but still,
bit of a
like
stretch.
I'd say there's a lot of Americans that have never left the States. It's
true.
pretty...
Yeah.
But yeah, then we ended up in San Francisco when the choir sort of disbanded and people went home and, and other people did other things. And then we did Alaska, met up with my mum who came to Alaska with us as well.
I had never been to Alaska still to this day, but will be soon. But it's cool that you have. You've seen a lot of the country.
Yeah.
But then you came to LA and we spent like a week together.
It was a lot longer than a week.
2 weeks? How long was it?
We were here for a month.
Get out of here.
We were here for ages. Yeah, because I didn't have a job.
You were here for a month.
Yeah, I didn't have a job. I didn't have to go back.
My roommate was out of town and you stayed in his room.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly. He didn't know that we were staying in his room.
Yeah. No, he knew.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Yeah. He never paid me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So we were here for about a month.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah. So that I remember. I don't remember the Vegas meeting. What did we do in Vegas? Did we just say hi?
We just wandered around and chatted, and Adam was with you. And
did we plan to meet there?
Well, it's funny because my mum used her timeshare to get a place there, and she's like, let's do Vegas, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool, we haven't done it, so we may as well. And so the three of us were there, and I messaged you and said, hey, I really want to catch up and meet up face to face, but I can't this week because I'm in Vegas. And you responded pretty quickly with, oh my God, so am I.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, we could meet here, I guess. And you're like, yeah, cool, let's do that. How about this time? And so then, we caught up that way. But it was sheer luck that both of us were sort of in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, how cool.
Yeah.
And I remember it was an interesting night. We went and saw a bit of a show at Excalibur. That's right. About 30 seconds of it. We're like, oh wow, there's a night. And then we ran off to the Luxor and got ourselves into the lifts to get to the top of the pyramid.
The lifts.
And then got lost.
And then we got lost, and then
That's right.
after that it goes a bit blurry, but
yeah, their elevator. They're called the inclinators.
Yeah, the inclinators.
That's right. Yeah, and you were like, "Come on, we can get to the top," and I'm like, "I'm not sure we're supposed to be here."
But we made it. We had to take some stairs, but we made it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good night.
So this is now your 4th time here in LA, right? Two of them were just. I'd like to say that they were just to hang out with me, but honestly, they were. No, you were like seeing Comic-Con and Disneyland, but also partially to hang out with me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that was two of them.
Pretty high on the list. To be.
But two of your trips were world tours. Like, how many cities did you go to in that world tour? Do you remember?
Oh, it went everywhere. We started off in Hong Kong.
We were there for a week.
Doing a few gigs for the UN High Commission for Refugees. And then from there, we moved on to, what was it? Poland, wasn't it? No, it was England.
Yes,
Really?
that's right.
We
I
went
got
to
so
England.
badly sunburnt.
Yeah,
Oh.
we spent a few days in England running around doing tours. We didn't do any performances in England, but
Yeah.
it was a nice quick stop to see and basically whet our appetites for going back, which is what we're doing, on this
this time.
trip.
Yeah, like
Then
next week.
Paris,
And then Paris, again, 36 hours.
Yep.
Whirlwind tour of Paris,
then Amsterdam
Amsterdam for one night.
for one night. And then it was just like we sort of traveled through Europe. So, not in any order because I don't remember much, but it was sort of
There
we
was
did
a long bus
Germany
drive down
and Brussels
Poland
and Holland and Poland. And, it was amazing. It was a really, really great trip. It was a really great trip. And we saw so much of the world.
Yep, ferry trip across the Baltic Sea.
That's right.
Lots
yeah.
of performances in church
So would
and
you say
community halls.
Like 15 cities?
Probably more.
30?
I would say we're probably about 25.
Yeah, that's incredible. And then on this trip, you're also going to like all over the world.
Yeah, so we had taken all of these photos of the beginning of our the last world tour, and for some reason the way we would do it, I don't even know how it overwrote. I think it was me. It was probably me. It was probably me.
No, we were being backed up to a laptop, and then the laptop got infected by a virus. This is probably the first and last time I ever legitimately had a computer go down with a virus, and
so we
the
lost
photos.
all of our probably first 2.5 weeks of photos.
Oh.
Sort of thing. So, and that was like the Hong Kong part, the London, Paris, and Amsterdam part. And so this trip it's a family reunion in Malta, but I was like, well, if we're going all the way to Malta, we may as well do the places that we, try and get some of our photos again.
You're going back to the same cities just for photos?
Not just for like the last time we had so many people with us, we couldn't actually do the things we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I think because we had those tasters, we
We had a better idea now.
yeah,
of what
we
wanna
know
do.
we've grown, we've sort of changed. We know our own tastes now. We're not sort of stuck by anybody else to do whatever we sort of.
We're more experienced. We have money.
Yeah, it helps that definitely helps.
I'm going to throw you guys a curveball right now.
Yeah.
In regards to your upcoming world tour, have you already booked your attractions and shows and dinners and stuff? Tell me the 5 things that you're looking forward to
Oh,
the most.
Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, Disneyland.
That counts as 1.
And that's 5 to me. 'Cause that's a big story there about how we even ended up here because we were going to Europe.
It was
and
totally
suddenly-
to see you.
Yeah.
It was totally to see you. Okay, but essentially what happened was we were starting in Europe, in London. Okay, and then my travel agent called me and said, hey, it's cheaper for you to go Sydney, LA, London than it is to go Sydney, London. And so I said, can you give me 4 days in LA? Because then I can see Koren, we can do Disneyland,
That
do
is
Galaxy's
not
Edge.
how I remember it.
No. And
That's
then
how it was.
that's exactly how it was. And
Yeah.
then he was like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And you got upset with me. Sorry, I think it was 3 days. Anyway,
I think it was
got
a
up-
weekend.
You got
It
upset
was
with
2
me and said, I
days.
can't believe you're coming all this way and you're not going to spend time with me. And so this one went, well, okay, fine. And so I extended it to a week.
Okay. A week's good.
A week
But it
is
was a
good.
weekend, by the way. It was only
Something
2
like
days
that.
before.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
So Disneyland and Galaxy's Edge count as one thing. You guys are going to be gone for like 6 weeks. You're going to like a whole
Yeah.
bunch of countries.
Yeah.
Give me 4 other things.
So for me personally, the thing that I've wanted to see since I was a little girl, since I was about 5, so many years ago, is Egypt. I've wanted to do the temples in Egypt, the pyramids, like just be there and experience the history. It's the same with Italy. I've always wanted to do that. The same with Greece. It's always been very high on my bucket list of places to go. I would like to do the Louvre properly because the last time we were here, we were only in Paris for I think 28 hours or something. And so trying to do the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower and all the places in Paris on 28 hours plus sleep wasn't exactly.
Yeah, you got to cut out the sleep.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so we sort of ran through the Louvre and passed all of these paintings and went, oh, that's the Venus. Oh, that, and that sort of thing. and got to the Mona Lisa and went, oh,
There it is.
that's the Mona Lisa.
It's kinda
Cool.
small, huh?
Yeah, that's an A4 page. Okay, great. Let's go. And then ran to the Eiffel Tower again. The last time we got there at about, I think, 6:00 at night, and we checked into our hotel and stuff, and we were like, right, the Louvre closes at 10:30. We can do this. We can go. And so we got all the way over to the Louvre, and it was closed for a private function.
Oh, get out of here.
And so we're like, okay, fine, we'll do it tomorrow. Let's go to the Eiffel Tower. We can do that until 9:00. So we get to the Eiffel Tower and we're waiting in line at about 8:00. They're like, oh, we're closing the top level. It's too breezy. And we're like, oh, okay, everything tomorrow.
Just your luck, yeah.
Yeah, everything tomorrow. So, yeah, so I think just doing the things at our own leisurely time is the thing that I'm most excited about. And I've heard there's a hot chocolate place in Paris that is apparently amazing.
See, you guys look forward to food stuff. I just want to see stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing things. Like I said before, Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah, that's the one.
Star Wars Land at Disneyland is
Rogers the Musical.
Yeah, Rogers the Musical. That's
is
another
that?
thing. That's the Marvel spin-off musical that is
that's right.
Disney California Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But for the rest of the trip, everything that we're doing is something that, although I wouldn't automatically say bucket list, it's all things that I've wanted to do at some point in my life. So I'm very happy and very lucky to be able to do it right now. So obviously Malta, going back to, and meeting the family there and having our family reunion. I haven't been there since I was 2. I can't remember.
Oh, so you have
there.
been?
I have been, but I just don't remember.
Yeah.
I've got family there that, I've probably never seen or met for a long time.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So that'll be very cool. Looking forward to the London Museum. Yes. We're gonna spend a day there. Probably not enough. We're probably gonna have to come back for another trip to see that.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well,
how sad.
You mentioned the Rogers musical, but I know that you're gonna see another musical in London.
We are, and we're probably only doing it because of you.
No, get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't get any benefit from that.
Exactly.
We can tell you whether it's
we can
worthwhile
tell you
seeing.
if it's good or not. But honestly, I saw it.
So we're talking about Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, the musical. And so I was looking at what to do on West End. We were thinking about doing The Play That Goes Wrong. We still might do that at some point. But and then all of a sudden this came up and I went, Koren would love that. I should see it for him.
I appreciate that.
At least we'll stay awake.
Oh, oof. I tend to fall asleep during every Broadway show, concert, movie, whatever. Yeah,
It's so
it just
embarrassing.
happens. Yeah, come on.
It's so embarrassing. I mean, I did that during Hamilton, so I can't blame you.
Yeah, okay. And that's an exciting one.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So when you guys come to the United States, we've had the pleasure of touring. Like, we've been to New York together. We've been to Vegas. We've been to San Francisco, L.A. Spent a lot of time in L.A. What are some things that as soon as you land, you're like, oh, that's right. Like, things that are kind of like
Bad?
cool things about LA and the good, the bad, the ugly. Like what do you remember when you come here?
For me, it's coming into like Santa Clarita type area, and there's all the hills. Mm-hmm. As I was saying earlier, how I was like, oh, it's so green.
Yeah.
Usually when we're coming in, it's always brown. These brown hills.
Because you come in the summer. It's actually not that green right now. But
well, I mean, it's greener than I'm used to.
Yeah.
Greener than I'm personally used to. But generally, it's coming up to your house where I'm like, oh, I'm home.
Aww.
Sort of thing. Like,
that's really sweet.
Yeah. So there's nothing. I wouldn't say there's nothing about LA that I kind of go, oh, it's mostly you.
Oh, does it feel weird being on the right side of the road?
No,
I tried to get into the driver's seat today.
Oh, you're welcome to.
No, that's not what I want. That's where the passenger seat is in Australia. So I was like,
That's why you walked up to the, okay.
And so I was like, I need to change my.
You passed it off as I just wanted to give you a hug, hello. And then you walked back to the other side.
Pretty much. Yeah. That's pretty much what happened.
But you drive in LA.
Yeah,
right? Like
I'm fine
We've
driving.
both driven.
Are you going to want to drive this week?
I'm happy to drive if the opportunity arises.
Yeah, let's do it.
It doesn't bother me.
He's ludicrous speed.
Oh, I don't have that. The Plaid or whatever. Yeah. I've had the opportunity to drive in Australia, and it is weird because they drive not on the right side of the road, but on the wrong side of the road.
But on the correct side of the road.
and in the other side of the car.
Yeah, I remember in 2008 I drove to see Mum, who was staying in Culver City.
Yeah.
And I called you to say, hey, I'm just visiting Mum. I'll be back later. And you said, well, where's Kieran? I said, oh, he's at your place. And you freaked out.
Why?
That I was driving on the I-5. And you were like, I'll come and get you. Don't worry about it. I'll come and get you. I was like, why would I? It's
I was probably at work. And I
I
work right near there anyway. Right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I can drive. It's okay.
I think I remember your mom driving right by my work, like by the airport. Somebody was driving.
That would have been Kieran.
Would have been me.
It was you, okay.
Yeah.
It was an SUV or something.
Yeah, we hired that,
The fun adventures we had in that SUV in Yosemite National Park.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you drove that thing all up and down the coast?
Yep.
Yeah, we went to...
We did over 1,000 miles on that.
Where did we go? Oakhurst.
Yeah.
Oakhurst up at thing. We stayed with some friends at Oakhurst and the GPS said, oh, go this way to Yosemite, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay. And it took us this 4-wheel driving.
On a fire trail.
Oh, how fun.
Over the top of a mountain.
Yeah. And so we're passing, there's this wood log cabin with a guy playing a banjo out the front with like, you know,
the heck?
Yeah, it was so...
Like we're out of a movie.
Yeah, it was so Western, it wasn't funny because like, you know, there was the thing to tie up the horses to and everything. And one of our friends said that it was the old Wells Fargo Road or something.
Oh, okay.
That the carriages used to go across. And it was terrifying, absolutely terrifying.
You said something that sounded funny to me. You said we hired that car. Like for us, when you hire someone, we rented a car. But for us, hiring is like employing somebody. And there's some other Aussie-isms. That's not even an Aussie-ism, right? Is that just like a British thing?
It's just dialect, I guess.
Yeah.
But what are some other things? I know that, let's see, there's always some funny things here. Like I've got a whole list of like Aussie phrases that I've never heard. I wonder how, like, time for a pommy shower.
A what now?
Okay.
I think that's a Brit thing.
Yeah,
no,
that's not us.
That's not us. What's a pommy shower?
It's like what I just did. No time for a real shower, just put on some deodorant.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a British thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a cactus. I'm going to chuck a sickie.
We chuck sickies. Well, no, I lie. We don't chuck sickies. We're good employees. I chuck sickies. Kieran doesn't. He loves his job. So do I suppose. I do love my job.
Yes, but if you're going to have a sick day, you would chuck a sickie.
You would chuck a sickie.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even...
And you would be cactus.
If you're sick, do you go to work sick or do you just work from home?
Depends.
These days, you can work from home if you want.
That's right.
Yeah.
It depends on how sick.
No, between the two of you, one of you is going to be working throughout your entire vacation remotely.
To a certain extent, yes.
Yeah. Interesting choice. Why aren't you both? You'd rather just have the time off?
Most of the stuff that I do is admin for our department.
You got to be there.
It's more of a got to be there thing.
Yeah.
I can do my job anywhere in the world.
That's right.
And it just keeps things moving smoothly and lessens my load when I get back.
I'm dry as a dingo's donger.
Where have you found these?
Are you stupid?
Yeah, we don't say stuff like that. Yes, so that basically just means that you're thirsty, right?
Yeah.
But that's not...
It's parched as, bro.
Parched as.
So what are some things that you would say that I wouldn't? Or things that you think are funny that we say?
Oh.
Anything that like stick
Well,
out your mind?
I know earlier we were discussing the fact that I refuse to use a bathroom on a plane.
Yeah, that's a little weird, right?
Yeah. So
But that's not an Aussieism.
No, but we don't call them bathrooms really.
What do you call them?
Toilet.
Yeah, that's a vulgar word. We don't say toilet.
Yeah. See, I'm going to the toilet.
Yeah.
Or, you know, mostly my thing is I got to pee.
Yeah, no, you could say
See, that to me is so much more vulgar than a toilet.
I mean, you wouldn't like excuse yourself from a meeting and saying I gotta pee. Just
I
say,
do,
excuse me. No, not at work.
Yeah, my workmates know me, so it's okay.
Okay.
But we generally will go, oh, this is my bathroom if you're showing somebody your bathroom.
Yeah.
But if you had to go to the bathroom, you go, oh, I've got to go to the toilet. You know, so it's not that. I find that really strange. But I don't know, what else is there?
No, it's always the usual servo.
Oh yeah, the shortened O's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knackers.
But servo, is a
service station.
gas station or a service station. We don't even say service station. Like we just say gas station.
Gas station. See, we don't call it gas.
Yeah.
We call it petrol.
Yeah, that's weird.
Even diesel we call
Gas
petrol.
is in the gaseous form. Petrol is, liquid.
Liquid.
Makes sense. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But even diesel we call petrol. I suppose it's a petrol byproduct. So.
It's all petrol.
But we call it, I've got to go to the servo to get some petrol.
Do you guys get to pump your own gas or someone does it for you?
No, we do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a couple of states here where it's illegal to pump your own.
We used to have that. Where you drive in and then somebody would do it and clean the windscreen for you. And
Yeah,
then
you like that, the windscreen?
Yeah.
Windshield.
Oh, yeah.
Fred.
Sorry. Yeah, windscreen. That's funny.
What are some traditions that we have, like when we get together?
We haven't got the number plate shot yet.
Well, because we don't have one. I got rid of mine.
That's poor planning on your
Why
part.
did you get rid of yours?
I got rid of the car.
Why wouldn't you transfer?
But you don't have your name on your license plate either, right?
No, but I was living vicariously through you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. What other traditions have we had?
Well, we haven't hit in and out yet.
No, we haven't.
We always have to do in and out. I think
Yes.
last time we did it a few times.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do in and out.
We need to do that. We need to do Olive Garden a few times.
Okay, I don't care for
Cheesecake Factory a few times.
Okay.
Pokita.
Oh, yeah.
It's always the food. See?
These aren't known as like great restaurants, by the way. In and Out is for sure.
Yeah.
But like Olive Garden, I think there's like plenty of authentic Italian restaurants.
It's the breadsticks. It's the breadsticks.
Just so you fill up on breadsticks before the food even comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're done. We'll go.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we go. And if I don't get some photos of me eating the breadsticks, Stephen would be devastated.
Wow, you guys love to live vicariously through other people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Stephen was very adamant. He was like, you have to send me photos of the food going into your mouth.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
What a weird...
Stephen, by the way, came with us on our last trip.
He did.
Along with
And Daniel.
Yeah.
That was so fun. That was great.
Yeah, that was a lot because we traveled to different cities around the country.
Yeah.
And I think it was just after that, though, and I went back to Australia. That was my second time in Australia. First time I was there for a month. Second time I was there for a couple of weeks. And we actually Koren and I went to 3 different states.
That was fun. Yeah, so we did, Cairns and... Oh,
Uluru.
Uluru, of course. Yeah. Oh, that was good.
And then where did we do the skydiving? That was still in like...
that was in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Down the south coast.
Was that the last
At
time or the time
Wollongong,
before?
yes.
Wollongong.
Oh, that was the last
right?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Well,
Okay.
I got to come back and see you guys again. So what was really sad is that I had already planned on going out in 2019 because I wanted to see Vivid. There's a big
That's right.
event.
You have to come and visit it.
Yeah, there was an event where they light up all the buildings with like 3D projection mapping on the courthouse and the church and the opera house and whatever. Like all of downtown is lit up, the bridge, and I was really looking forward to that. And then when we came out to at Disneyland, at California Adventures, we saw the World of Color, and Steven said after that was done, he's like, "Don't even bother coming out for Vivid, man. It's nothing compared to Disney."
We have a very...
It's a bit. I think it's different though.
I think it's very different.
I still loved Vivid.
Yeah.
I think you should come
would,
anyway. I think you should come anyway.
No, I already did.
Again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Why not?
But
But
this doesn't have to be for Vivid.
we have a very, I think, negative idea of it.
A Vivid?
Yeah, because there are so many people there.
Yeah,
For
they come out. It's what is it, like a week long or month long?
I think it's longer than that. I think it's just winter long, isn't it?
No, it's a few weeks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, but yeah, there are so many millions and millions of people, and you try to get something from one of the food trucks there, and a burger is like $15 to $20 or something, and
Yeah, that's how it.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's
so
a lot of work.
So don't go down to that part of the.
But we're foodies. That's what we do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's, so it's the whole experience.
Hey, I remember when. Was there an In-N-Out pop-up shop that opened up down there?
Yeah.
And it sold out in like an hour or
Yeah,
something?
they do it every now and then.
And it's
They
official
still do
In-N-Out?
it. Yeah, they still do it every 6 or so months. But I never get the messages early enough, and it's always in the city.
I remember we had talked about opening up like an In-N-Out knockoff that we were like, all right.
Down and out.
Down and out. It was like the In-N-Out down under.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think there was a burger place called Down and Out, and they got sued.
Oh.
Yeah, and so they had
never
to
mind that
change.
then. Why? Wait, under what jurisdiction? Who?
I don't know.
That's why they open those pop-ups, is to maintain their
You think?
Probably.
their status, and that way they can defend their copyright.
Good point.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
point.
Well, we had Mate Burger, and that was good too.
That's real good. Yeah, hello to my friends at Mate Burger. I miss you.
You know them?
Sort of.
They know you?
Yeah, they know me well. Yeah. But what else did we do? Last time we went to New York, it was just after the polar vortex.
Okay.
It was very cold.
It was very cold.
When we all went?
Yeah.
2019? This is February 2019, yeah?
Yeah.
The time I went before that, they were having a heat wave.
Right. Well, that's because you went right at, it was like August. It was right after you were here.
Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping if I absolutely have to go back to New York at some point, it'll be decent weather.
New York's always fun.
I don't know. Had the best pastrami sandwich there, though. I mean, it cost us $35 American, but it was the best pastrami sandwich.
From where? What?
We went to that Jewish cafe place.
Was it Katz's Deli?
I don't know, but it was delicious.
That was the $90 sandwich, wasn't it?
Aussie, $90.
Oh,
Yeah.
No. It was
Yeah,
not
it was.
90. That's crazy.
It was 90 Australian dollars
Wow.
for a pastrami sandwich, but it was so worth it.
Was it the place where they filmed like When Harry Met Sally?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one that morning.
Yeah. I don't remember at all, but I just typed into Google best pastrami sandwich and that was it. And those bagels, they were good too.
Yep.
Okay, so what have you done in Australia that you would do again?
I liked all that stuff. My first time in Australia, when I was there for a month, you organized so many like really cool tours for me. Like one of them, I got picked up by some dude on his Harley, and I held on to the back of him, and he just took me down the beach, down Manly Beach. Was it Manly Beach or was it DY Beach?
Yeah, it was around there.
It was around there. I think it was DY. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean he's
Wow.
just like telling me, yeah, look over there, mate, and we got all the water. I do a terrible Australian accent.
I remember that. That was compliments of Josh and Janine, or Josh anyway.
You were collecting cereal boxes or something. There was some kind of.
Oh, were we?
You were doing some kind of. You had a bunch of prizes. We also did indoor skydiving through iFly.
iFly, that was fun.
We did a tricycle ride through the
Blue Mountains.
That was cool. Like a whole cable car thing there.
Oh, we did that, and we
Yes.
did the
Yeah.
train.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Scenic Railway.
And the rail. We did.
Yep.
There were like 3 or 4 of them, right?
Cool.
Yep.
Oh gosh, what else?
We did Wet and Wild.
Wet and Wild. Is that still there?
Yes.
It's called Raging Waters now. It's still there.
Raging
And
Waters
there's
is
a
what we
movie
have
set
here.
there.
Yep, that's right. They
Oh,
got
and
taken
a TV
over.
set.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a TV set there.
Oh, cool.
In one of the car parks.
We went to Wet and Wild a lot, right? Did we go a few times, or was it just
Yeah, we
once?
bought a season pass and we ended
Did
up.
I buy a season pass?
I think we had just had a few that we
I
shared
think we
around.
stole our next door neighbours.
No, how'd that work? You could do that?
It was just a wristband.
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool.
So we just
Yeah, that was
borrowed
fun.
theirs. That was
Gosh.
good.
Yeah.
We haven't been since.
No, we haven't been.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we went skydiving,
Yes.
like actual
Yes.
skydiving. And
I
that-
didn't.
You didn't, and you regret it.
No.
No, she was not happy that day.
Oh. No. It was mostly because all of my family were on the one plane.
Yeah.
And so I was like, if that plane goes down,
It's just you
my
and the
whole
dog.
family's obliterated.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was my first. I never thought I'd go skydiving, but Kieran wanted to do it. We were there for his birthday,
Yeah.
and what I remember about that experience, like I was the last one off the plane. Like I watched everybody go one at a time, and if it were up to me, I'd be able to sit there and like, all right, we're gonna go in 3, 2. Okay, hold on a second, right? Like I would prepare myself for it. The guy didn't give me any time because I had a guy on my back.
Yeah.
And as soon as like we boop boop boop, he just jumped,
Yeah.
and so we're just going, and I bought the video, and I could see my face, and I didn't think I was screaming, but I guess in the video it looks like I'm and it just feels like you're just coming down, and then all of a sudden like, and it's loud, you hear everything going past your ears and everything, and all of a sudden like it went silent, and like everything, the world froze just,
Oh, wow.
and I'm just looking around, and it's like, did I die? Like, what the heck is going on? He pulled the chute, and it gets quiet
Wow.
when you're just kind of like cruising down. It was a very. Do you remember it at all like that?
Yeah, I remember a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain from my sinuses.
Oh, no.
As we dropped, I wasn't expecting that, and then I'm like, oh, I've got this shooting pain, and I'm trying to look around and have fun, but kept going back to like this massive pain in my head. But as soon as the parachute opened, I was like, oh, this is very nice. And yeah, I would do it again, maybe once, but not super like, I enjoy that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to bend over backwards to do it.
Would
If
you
the
do it
opportunity
again?
arises,
I would do
I'll
it again.
Yeah.
That dude that was on my back, you know how many jumps he's done? If you had to guess?
I wouldn't have a clue. Millions, thousands.
I think he said it was like 16,000 or something.
Yeah. I'd like to have another go. The guy that I was with, he didn't want to let me steer, so I didn't get to steer. But the other jumpers were letting
Did the
other
guy
people
let me steer?
I think he did. Well, most of the other people in our group got to fly.
I don't remember. I don't even remember wanting to steer, to be honest. I think I was good to let the guy do the thing. Would you want to do it on your own next time?
I don't think I'd be allowed to, but
No. If you just found one, would you want to?
yeah, I'd give it a go.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
No, thanks. I'm good.
Okay, so the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
The bridge climb.
We climbed it.
Bridge climb. That's right.
Yeah, I did that with Kristen. What are some other cool things? Oh, so for New Year's Eve, I always like to be like in a different city and experience it like in a different way.
Oh, yes.
And that year we were in Sydney. We were trying to think of like what to do. And you guys are like, well, we have a tradition. We always have a party at our house on New Year's. And I was like, let's see what else we can do. And we couldn't find anything else until like the very last minute. And then we ended up like hiring like a yacht or something like to just like hang out on a boat in Sydney Harbor. And because we wanted to see fireworks at the Opera House. And so people were lining up all over Sydney to see it from far away. And we were right there, like at the bridge. It was so cool.
It's still one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had.
Yeah,
that was so worth doing. I think each ticket cost us $300 or something.
I want to say it was $300
we got nothing
a person.
for that $300 except a ticket on a boat, a seat on a boat.
We spent the night on that boat.
No, we didn't.
Wait, we didn't sleep there, but we spent like the evening on the boat.
We spent the evening on the boat, but it's not like we got food or anything with it.
Didn't they give us like
No, I remember.
We brought our own stuff.
We brought our own
We
stuff,
brought all of our own
That's
stuff.
good enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was great. I had a really good
They were
night.
playing music and everything.
Yeah, and it wasn't claustrophobic. I remember, they said, we can have 100 or 200 people on this boat, but we've only filled it to 100. And so there was actually room to breathe, which was nice. And we weren't surrounded by everybody.
Yeah.
It was really, I had a really great time. It was fun.
So that was an awesome thing. I'm trying to think of some other cool things. Uluru was awesome. I know it's not in Sydney, but Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, it's like right in the middle of the country. It's like this giant, like there's like nothing out of anywhere, and then all of a sudden there's just like this big rock. And at the time, this was in 2019 when we went, you could climb it. And I remember seeing Kieran's mom just before, like the day before we went there, and she was like, do not climb on top of that mountain. It's sacred land, and the natives don't like it, right? And I remember thinking like,
no, just climb it anyway. I climbed it when I was younger. I went and I climbed it.
Yeah, well, we also knew the reason
Respectfully.
I went there in 2019 is because I knew that at the end of the year they closed it down.
Closing it, yeah.
Like they were supposedly shutting it down permanently, so nobody could ever climb it again. Have they done that?
Yes.
So you can't do it anymore.
No.
Well, we did it.
That's right. I think that's why I kept nagging you to come out.
Yeah.
Because I kept saying, if we're going to Uluru, you need to climb it because they're closing it.
She and I flew out to the middle of the country. Then we drove from the airport to like in the middle of nowhere. We started climbing
what's it
together.
called? Kings Canyon?
Yeah. Oh, a terrible road. It was at
horrible.
night. Literally, this is the craziest thing. Driving down to no street lights or anything, single lane road. Kangaroos jumping out in front of you. And like it's really scary because you can't see them until they jump out. They're idiots.
Yeah.
I had no idea what a nuisance they were.
Yeah. And then I remember we were driving along and all of a sudden there's this big cow carcass
Oh yeah.
in the middle. I'm like, oh,
Somebody hit a
okay.
cow.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I guess we drove around that. Like, yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah. So we went out there. It was probably like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We get to Ayers Rock, and we start climbing this thing, and most people are coming down. We're the only ones like going up, and I'd say maybe 20 minutes into it, Koren
I chickened
like,
out.
She's like, "All right, I'm done. I'm gonna turn around and go the other way," and I by myself climbed up while everyone's walking past me, and the weird thing was like they're like. The sun's gonna be down. What time was this? This was summer for us, so it was like the middle of the winter for you. right? Because it was there around my birthday, like in June.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
So it got dark at like 5, and everyone's like, "It's gonna be pitch black up there in a minute." Like, and I'm like, "I'm gonna make it to the top," and I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
What an experience.
Yeah, it was good.
It was scary coming down. We also went to Cairns, which is a different part.
Look at you saying it correctly.
Well, because you've corrected me enough. I also said Queensland, and you're like, no, it's Queensland.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, even Australians get, because we grew up near a suburb called Marylands.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay. And it's spelt exactly as you think. Merrylands.
Oh, double R.
Yeah. So Marylands, right?
Uh-huh.
But even our newscasters say Marylands.
Okay.
And every time they do it, I cringe. I can't help it. I'm like, oh, guys.
We also took a glass bottom boat out and saw the Great Barrier Reef.
That's right. That was good.
We didn't get to see too much of it though.
No, it was a bit cloudy
It was
and
kind of choppy. But at the time, they were saying the Great Barrier Reef is going away forever. It's dying. Has that since?
I actually haven't heard
Still
anything.
a real threat.
It is a threat, but I haven't heard anything about it recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's been more crazy things happening in the world at the moment. So
Yeah.
COVID sort of took over everything.
So the Great Barrier Reef doesn't. It's not dying anymore.
No.
Or just not talking about it.
I just don't think we're talking about it.
Yeah. What else? We went to Canberra,
We did.
which is the capital.
That's right, capital of Australia, and we did Questacon.
Yeah. Now, the weird thing about it being the capital of Australia is that it's not in New South Wales, right? It's like it's its own city-state, right?
Correct.
Just like our Washington, D.C.
Yep. So the Australian Capital Territory.
So I count that as another state in Australia that I've been
Yeah,
to.
it is another state,
So
isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So that's 4 of them then.
So the next time you come, we'll need to
We're
do
gonna go to Perth,
Perth and do Rottnest Island, which has the quokkas. Do you know what a quokka
Tasmania.
is?
No.
Have you seen those photos of that little marsupial looking rat thing that just smiles in the photos?
No. I might have
No?
seen. Do they have them in Featherdale?
No, they don't.
That's another thing that we did.
That's another thing we did. Yeah, actually, there's a new zoo as well, which I don't think it was there when you were there.
There was Tarongo, the Australia Zoo, and the Featherdale.
So-
Zoo up the coast.
Oh yeah, but there was
There's a new Sydney Zoo
there's a
just
new
down the
Sydney
road
zoo.
from us.
Literally down
Let's
the road from
go.
us, yeah. So, and they're the only zoo in Australia, according to my friend who works there, that have hyenas.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so that's pretty cool. So we could do that. We'll go to Perth. We'll do Rottnest Island to get some photos with some quokkas because they take really good selfies.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds strange, but it's good. And then where else can we go? We do Darwin.
Yeah, we did that one. What about Tasmania? Did you say you done? it?
I have not done it, but is there anything
Tasmania
cool
is
in Tasmania?
beautiful.
It's just a
Tasmania
nice.
is a separate island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tasmania is beautiful. It is just a really pretty area to see. They've got, fields of lavender and stuff. It's really lovely. Yeah.
Or you want
Lots
to
of
just meet in the middle,
historical sites, yeah.
meet in
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Oh, that's something that I'd
I'd
like
be
to do.
okay with that.
Yes.
I'd be okay with that.
Mutual territory.
Yeah.
Kieran, I will ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that people spell Kieran different ways.
Yeah.
But does anyone look at your name and pronounce it incorrectly?
Not as much as Koren.
Yeah. See.
Koren.
Yeah. With Koren, it was I'd say mispronounced first day of school 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
You too?
Yep.
What do they call you?
Oh, I'd get Koren, Karen.
Karen. Every
Always.
time.
Yeah.
I still get that. At
Really?
Starbucks or like at the doctor's office when they're like, Koren Young.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I have spelt my own name wrong.
On
like
purpose?
Okay, so if I go to a restaurant and I need to leave my name or something,
Or Starbucks.
or Starbucks,
Yeah.
they'll go, "Oh, can I get a name?" And I'll say, "Oh yeah, Karen."
Why?
Because I'm not going to screw around trying to tell them how to spell my name. Okay, Starbucks is a outlier here because they don't care. But I'm not going to go, "Oh, it's Koren." I'm just going to go, "It's Karen. I'll keep an ear out for that. That's fine. I don't have the energy to deal with their crap."
Oh my gosh, you couldn't tell them that your actual name, and if they say Karen, then
Nah, I'm not wasting my time.
wow.
Yep. Because everybody knows how to say Karen.
Yeah, but Karen's the one name with a reputation for being like the.
Yeah, but then they don't mess with me either.
Okay,
And I don't have the haircut, so it's fine.
They know that you're going to want to speak to the manager.
That's right. But yeah, if I'm ordering food or something, they're like, oh, yeah, we'll call your name. Oh, yeah, my name's Karen.
You know what's funny? I don't even tell them my name, right? Like if I go in there with Norm and they're like, "What's your name?" I'll say Norm, because I don't want to deal with it.
Exactly right, which is really sad.
Yeah,
it's really, really sad in the grand scheme of things. But I mean, it's surprising the few times that I forget to use Karen or Kieran or whatever. It's surprising if somebody goes, "Oh, Koren," like this, I'll go, "She said it right."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that was really good. But otherwise I'll always use somebody else's name or, just go, "Oh yeah, it's Karen."
I know I asked you this when I first introduced myself to you, but like, what does your name mean? Like, where'd the name come from?
So my parents found the name in a book.
Really?
Yeah. They were flicking through and and apparently I was going to be called either Vivian or Dale.
Dale?
Dale. Because Dale is a male or female name. Vivian is a male or female name.
I'd say wrong on both, but
okay. I agree. I don't look like a Vivian or a Dale. Ugh. I can't even imagine it. But then all of a sudden they were flipping through this book and went, "Oh, that's the name." And in Greek it means maiden.
Maiden?
Yeah. Which, again, is so completely wrong for me. But, yeah.
So my name is Hebrew. It's a Hebrew word that means like glowing and beaming.
Oh, nice.
And so that's where my parents got the name from.
I like that.
And it's interesting that yours is Greek.
Well, yeah, that's what it said in the book anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what book it was. I don't even think Mum remembers. You'd think that would be something that somebody would remember.
You showed me that you actually bought a book called The Book of Koren or something.
Yes, and the second book in the series is called Koren. The first one's called Raja.
Raja,
Raja, and
Okay.
it's a fantasy thing. It's actually quite good. I was quite into it. Yeah, I've got them both at home.
Yeah.
I had to have it.
Yeah, of course.
Anything that has my name on it. That if I can actually find anything with my name on it.
License plates. Do you ever find souvenirs that say Kieran?
Never.
Do you look?
All the time, of course. Because you got to see if anyone has if you do find your name somewhere, they've got a good collection of, a very wide selection of stuff. But yeah, it's a hard to find name.
Yeah, they never have our name.
Yeah.
But then it's harder, I think, for me as well because my cousin is Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so in our family, we've got Karen, Koren, and Kieran.
Yeah.
All right. And I always said that if I ever had kids, a boy or a girl, I would call it Corey with a K and Kira with a K.
Okay, that's cute.
Just to make things really difficult,
Yeah.
do the Kardashian thing.
Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah, but I think if I'm talking to Mum, she'll use one of our names interchangeably. It doesn't.
What?
She's, I'll get, depending on who she spent time with recently. So if she's been spending time with my auntie Marcel, she'll call me Mars and then go, "Oh, I mean Koren," like this, and she'll just use it sort of interchangeably.
Oh.
Yeah, which is very funny. Age thing, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually at the age where I start doing that too.
Love it. Yeah, but other than that, I still don't think there's many Korens out there.
There's not a ton. There's a couple of famous Korens, and I don't know them
Really?
personally. Yeah, there was an NFL football player out here on the Seattle Seahawks. His name was Koren Robinson. Yeah, Koren
Okay.
Robinson. He had a short career. I think that he had like DUIs and stuff, and that's no good. There was do last names count? There's a guy named Steve Koren. Oh, you don't count him?
Steve Koren did Roger Ramjet.
What was that?
Oh, it's a cartoon. Do you remember Roger
Yes,
Ramjet?
I remember
Yeah.
that.
It was a cartoon that I used to watch, and his name used to be at the end of it.
Not Roger Rabbit?
No, Ramjet.
What's Ramjet?
It was like a.
It was just a afternoon kids TV show.
I think it was a propaganda show though.
It's not the same Steve Koren that did like Seinfeld and.
Oh, maybe not.
No,
No,
probably
but
not. But
there was a Steve Koren at the end of that too.
Oh, how funny!
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I used to watch it. Anyway.
I think there was a professional soccer player who was in the World Cup like a few years ago. His name was something Koren. Robert Koren,
Okay.
if we're counting last names.
Yeah. I think there's an author out there as well. Yeah, we should probably do more ego searching.
Yeah. Okay. So your homework before we do the next podcast in a couple years, whatever.
Okay.
You're gonna hang out with the other Koren Vela.
Yes.
And you're gonna hang out with the Kieran Vela.
I can't guarantee that, but I'll try. Yeah.
I can. We've already said we're going to have coffee at some point.
Yeah.
So, and she's in Brisbane, by the way.
How far is that from you?
Queensland.
10 hours, 12 hours.
Drive, yeah. But his aunt and uncle.
You're going down there anyway.
How about you come out and we all three of us will go?
Yeah.
And we'll do
And
like
3 Korens
exploring
can hang out.
podcast Brisbane.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay, cool.
And we'll do it on the beach at Surfers Paradise or something.
Oh, nice. He's an
Sounds
ideas
good.
man. I like it.
Cool. We got lots of stuff to talk about.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, that was a fun little impromptu podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spent about an hour chit-chatting. We'll probably edit that down for a little bit.
That's
But,
probably a good idea. Poor
thanks.
Kieran's about to fall asleep anyway.
Yeah, cut out all my nods.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you
Yeah.
close enough? Cool. Well, yeah. Thanks for both being willing to hop on and do this with me.
Well,
That's
it was
great.
all right. That was fun.
Looking forward to spending the week with you.
Yeah,
It's
you
going to be
too.
a great
Over LA.
time.
It's
Thank
good
you for
time.
having us.
Yes, thank you for having us back.
Thank you for picking us up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for being delayed for 4 hours so I didn't have to leave the house at 6 a.m. And for all you guys, thanks for tuning in. This is the Exploring Podcast. I'm Koren Young. If you like this podcast, you can leave an honest review. If you don't like it, do not leave a review. It's available wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one.
See ya.